What is good, and welcome to another Prospects NBA video. Today I'm bringing y'all something like 11 or 12 picks, like a dozen, because I value your time. I'm going to try to keep this 10 minutes or less. Quick review if you're new to the channel. How I play, I look at what teams are projected to score a lot of points, which matchups have playoff implications, and which matchups are going to be projected blowouts. That affects like injuries and the matchup rotations and things like that. First game is Milwaukee at Detroit. Detroit is slightly favored. Looks like Giannis is good to go. Cunningham is good to go. I'm going to be targeting him and Giannis specifically for today's matchup. Orlando, Indiana, that's a throwaway game. We skip it. Atlanta, Philadelphia, super high points projection, 240.5. Atlanta's favored by 11.5 points. I can see this one being a great game to target. Trae Young is playing today. Dyson Daniels is playing today. Quentin Grimes may not be playing for Philadelphia, so expect a lot of blocks and steals for Dyson Daniels, and just overall fantasy value, I see a lot of it there. Trae Young, of course, yesterday he barely missed my fantasy projection that I had him for by 0.3, but I think tonight, if you're going to take him, tonight would definitely be a night to look into some Atlanta props. Going to game 4, Charlotte, Boston. Boston's heavily favored, 19.5. Low points projection at just 214. I don't see a lot of value on the board here. This is a fade for me, man. We go on to the next. Cleveland and New York. Cleveland should be resting most of their starters. Towns might not play. Josh Hart as well. Kind of an interesting matchup there, depending on who plays. I don't have anything for you on that one. Washington, Chicago, throwaway game to me. Pretty high scoring projection at 237.5. Chicago's favored. I don't know who's playing. Not going to be sure until we get closer to tip off. Miami and Pelicans. That's going to be Miami being favored. Pelicans have shut it down. That's a skip. That's a hard fade. Toronto and Dallas. I don't really have nothing there. Dallas is favored by 12.5. Neither of these teams are really going deep in the playoffs, guys, or even making the playoffs at all. So fade. Brooklyn, Minnesota. This one is tricky because it's projected to be a good game. Minnesota's heavily favored, the most favored on the board by far today at 20.5. But look at the point spread. 216.5 projected points is dog water. Be careful for the overs, especially overs on Minnesota players like Anthony Edwards. I actually did pick him today, but I'm only putting him on one slip. If he drops 30 points, that's great for us. But man, it might be tough because he might get limited on his minutes. They might be blowing out Brooklyn. Watch out for that. This next game is a key matchup to target. Memphis at Denver. Denver is favored by 6.5, but look at the point spread here, 244.5 points there. That means both teams are projected to score over 120 points each. That's crazy. I'm really liking that matchup there. But Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Christian Braun, Jokic, Aaron Gordon, like everybody in this matchup here is fire. I'm loving that one. OKC at Utah. Of course, OKC's resting their whole team against Utah. Hard fade there. Spurs and Phoenix are not interested. I'm gonna skip Golden State, Portland too. I mean, you could take like Podziemski probably and Golden State, Portland. Yeah, I would look into Podziemski, maybe some Curry props. We move on. We see Clippers at Sacramento. Clippers are favored by 6.5. Pretty low projection at 226.5. Not really my cup of tea, but I did pick James Harden. I really poured over the stats with this matchup. Oh, I also picked Zach LaVine too. DeMar DeRozan interested me, but overall I didn't see anything of really high value there. And then Sabonis, of course, he had a good rebounds prop at 9.5, I think, for a Godwin. So I went ahead and took that as well. I think James Harden's going to be my favorite out of those. I got him on fantasy and scoring points today. Final game I wanted to cover was Houston at LA. LA is actually favored. Dillon Brooks is out today. LeBron James should be playing. There's a reason why if you go to PrizePicks homepage, the very top pick is LeBron James over on points, and it's a demon. Just because Dillon Brooks is out. Have you ever in your wildest dreams imagined a player as great as LeBron James being stopped by somebody like Dillon Brooks? You gotta be kidding me. 83,000 people took LeBron over 24.5 points. I think that's a sucker's bet no matter how you look at it. I'm not taking it personally. I'm not interested, but just something of note there. If you're looking into any LA props, I'm taking Austin Reeves today on points, and that's about it. I'm not taking nobody else. Based on the way that Houston plays their defense lately, it's up in the air for me. It's very unpredictable. I don't want to mess with it. But that's going to cover the games for today. For my first slip today, I'm going to give you guys 6 picks, starting with Giannis over 39.5 points and rebounds. And we're going to go with Domantas Sabonis over 9.5 rebounds. I'm taking the Goblin line. OG line is 12.5. You feel comfortable taking that, go ahead and take that. I like the Goblin more, so I'm going to take that. Then we're going to do Dyson Daniels over 1.5 steals. Any of his steals lines are good. His fantasy looks good today. I think they bumped it up to 38. You can roll with that too. And we're going to roll with Cade Cunningham over on points. I like his lower Goblin lines as well. Much more reliable, but I'm going to go with 27.5 points. And I'm going to do Anthony Edwards over 27 points. I like him scoring today. Most of his lines are solid. I'm taking those points lines for him. And I'm also going to lock in James Harden at 46.5 fantasy score. His points at 23.5 is on the popular tab. Feeling a little nervous about that. A little apprehensive. If he go ahead and drop 25 or 30 points today and he gets 10 assists, 5 rebounds, right? He's already at 45 fantasy score or more. So we might as well just go ahead and roll with the fantasy there. I see more value in it myself. If you put 5 on it and flex it, you're only going to get back 40 bucks. I mean, it's a 6-man. Lock in this $5 flex, or a 6-man to get 40 is crazy. That's really bad. Slip number 2, I went with James Harden over 23.5 points, Zach LaVine over 22.5 points, Giannis over points and rebounds, Ja Morant over 27 points, and finally Austin Reeves over 19.5 points. This is a 5-man slip. I'm not going to use my Flex Friday on it. I'll go ahead and put this one in for now. As for my 5 picks on the Flex Friday, I'm leaning into the Memphis-Denver matchup with Ja Morant again on points here. I really was looking for a Christian Braun prop, and the only one that I found that could really make any sense was his first half PRA at 13. It was bumped up from 12.5, so I'm a little late on that one. Them two together with Jokic over on PRA, plus Zach LaVine, Sacramento's good scoring option against the Clippers, over 22.5 points. And then finally, Zachary Risache. This is going to be my Flex Friday slip for you guys. This is the 3rd slip on the video. This is going to be the one here that's basically going to be the video picks. I have so many picks for you guys today to cover. So there we are. We locked in with 3 slips to get you guys going on your day. I did want to go over some good picks that I saw. Dyson Daniels for steals. Taking a look at the value here. 15 of the last 17 games, he's gone over this line. This is a Goblin play, so the odds are minus 137. And head-to-head, he's undefeated against Philadelphia, period. Don't matter who's playing. I like him in this matchup. We got Sabonis over 9.5 rebounds. I said earlier, clears the line pretty consistently. So a good pick to take a stab at if you're looking to put in some extra props into your guys' Flex Friday lineups. Giannis over points and rebounds. They had him at 38.5, I think earlier, but now they got him at 39, something like that. I would still take it personally. At least take one stab at it. Put it in one of your slips for today. Play light on it, because it's got a good history here. 80% last 10. There's one thing that Giannis is going to do is going to be rebound. So if you throw that in with his points, you're good to go. Anthony Edwards, I looked at all his points lines. The lowest one you can take is 19.5. I feel like he could catch that pretty comfortably with the 80, 70%, last 10, last 20, head-to-head, undefeated type numbers. It's all good. 100% in the last 6 games. Looking good on that. And that's at 24.5. If you take him at 19.5, it's even better. His OG line is at 27 though. So head-to-head, 2 out of 3 times. It's still good enough for me. Throw that in one of your lineups. Again, just take a stab at it. These are all good picks. And Cade Cunningham, I had him over 21.5 points. Another Goblin play, minus 137 odds. His OG line was a lot higher. I think it was something like 27.5 points earlier. Yeah, 27.5 points. Head-to-head's 50-50. Last 5, he's looking, 3 out of 5. It looks okay. It's a little iffy, but don't get it mistaken. Against Milwaukee, They allow a lot of points, and he's on a heater. Those two things together tell me they're going to lean on Cade Cunningham to be scoring today and providing in the offense. As far as James Harden goes, man, I really went over this one for like 10 minutes. You can play it two ways. You can play his points, or you can play his overall value with fantasy. I'm leaning into the fantasy. I'm trusting my gut. You can play him how you want him, all right? His points was a little too high for me at 23.5, but we all know he's capable of cashing it. Austin Reeves, I mean, what can't this dude do in terms of scoring? Against Houston tonight, I think he gives us 20 points. Plain and simple. I don't care who they match him up against. He gonna score, he gonna get it at the line. Whatever he gotta do, he gonna score to get that. The only value prop that I saw for Christian Braun that I liked the most, again, was his PRA. Look at this line. 90% in the last 9 games. I mean, what else is there to say? Against defenses like this, I think he could do it. It's going to be a very fast-paced game. He should have no problem scoring and assisting the ball. So I like that for Christian Braun. Players like him in the backcourt positions, they also get rebounds too. They hustle. So I like that out of him too. Zach LaVine head-to-head is undefeated at 22.5 points. He's been producing for them recently offensively, scoring 22.5 points in the last 4 or 5, which is 80%. This is when the games matter, guys. Is when playoffs come around. Nikola Jokic should pull his head out. Just worry about recent games, last 10 max, right? He's 60%. I think we can trust him to give us 30, 10, and 10 tonight. Again, another scorer who's hot right now. Their team is leaning on Zachary Risachet. He's the rookie for Atlanta. He's getting a lot more minutes. No matter what the situation is in the game, if they're blowing out the other team, he's going to get the minutes. So look for him to score tonight. That's why they bumped his line up to 15.5. I'm liking it. I'm giving it a shot. And I hope you guys like those slips today. As always, thank you guys for watching. The Discord server link is in the description below. Like the damn video, subscribe, and click the bell for all post alerts. Good luck tonight. Best of luck to you. Always put God first. And bye-bye for now.